Today we're going to check out over 3,000 acres of open space. Now, Walnut Creek open space is amazing. It's got wildlife, it's got vegetation, and a lot more, including hiking trails. So today I brought my sunblock, I brought my water bottle, and my hiking boots, and I'm ready to go. So come on. Hey Art.
Hey Brennan, welcome to Lime Ridge Open Space.
Thank you, good to be here. Nice view you got for me today.
Beautiful view today, great weather.
This is a fun job that you must have here, Art.
It's an excellent job, I enjoy it a lot.
I'm jealous. So tell me, we're in Lime Ridge Open Space, right? Could you tell me just a little bit about the history of this space and how it came to be?
Well, Lime Ridge Open Space was purchased as part of 4 open spaces that the city purchased with a bond measure in 1974. Basically, they were going to create a development over in the Shell Ridge area. Citizens got upset, passed a bond measure for $6.75 million to purchase all of this open space land. Today, the city manages over 3,000 acres of open space.
Now, that's a pretty high number for a city like Walnut Creek, right?
This is true. That's a pretty high number for any city, and it's actually the second largest city-owned open space inside California.
Wow. So you have kind of a lot of square footage to cover, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, somebody can come out here, what can they do? They can hike?
Hiking, horseback riding, biking, nature study, photography, all great things to do out here, or just come out and enjoy the nature.
Now, I like to get outside, but I don't really know what I'm looking at a lot of the time. So what, as far as wildlife and let's say vegetation, are kind of like the highlights of somebody who's coming out here for the first time?
Lime Ridge is definitely our most unique open space area. Has all sorts of different habitat types, grasslands, oak woodlands, chaparral, and that actually gives the greatest diversity of plant life and animal life. Pretty much anything that you can imagine living on Mount Diablo lives on the foothills here in Lime Ridge.
Wow. So there's a quarry here too, right?
Absolutely.
You want to go show it to me?
Absolutely, I'd love to go show it to you.
This way?
This way, follow me.
All right. So this was all dredged out.
Yeah, this is one of the old Lime Ridge quarries.
Wow. You would never know this was back here unless you actually, took the walk, right?
Absolutely, there's a whole series of hidden quarries back here. You can see some of them from Ignatia Valley Road, some of the bigger ones. There's a lot more tucked back inside the park.
How many are there?
I couldn't tell you.
Really?
They're a continuous system of them right through the park.
Wow. So when did they stop digging? 1946. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm told there was a big kind of smokestack here too, or near here?
Near here. Basically what happened was in the 1850s when everyone came across for the gold rush, there were people who realized there wasn't any money in the gold. So they discovered that there was building material here with limestone, which you can turn into cement. They started producing lime nearby here, 1850s. Shut down a short time after that. The area was purchased by a gentleman by the name of Henry Cowell. He came to California searching for gold as well. He started investing in drayage businesses, transportation businesses out of San Francisco, and he started purchasing other properties. One of them was a lime business in Santa Cruz County. Purchased that property, and then started purchasing properties all up and down California. He never actually worked here. He was shot and killed over a property dispute in Santa Cruz County.
Really?
Before that, and his son Ernest actually started the mining operations here in about 1903. And as part of it, he set up his own little town, the town of Cowell, which is where the Crossings neighborhood in Concord now sits. It was a large town, large factory town, employed up to 450 people at a time, and they operated the quarries in here. They had a kiln, they had their own factory housing, they had their own school, their own post office, their own stores down there in town. And here in the quarries is where they did all the work. They blasted once a week, and through all these quarries they used trucks and narrow gauge railroad to haul all the limestone back to the kilns, which is where the smokestack used to be.
Wow. I had no idea, Art. So what else were they looking for besides limestone?
pretty much that's what they were after, was limestone through here, all the limestone deposits. And they were actually also harvesting sand out of the far side as well. Part of the cement making process. It's a really neat spot to make cement. You can imagine 1903 would be a fantastic time to get building supplies right here. Because of course in 1906, large earthquake, lots of fires in San Francisco. And so when they started rebuilding, they wanted a very, very durable source. So here you could make cement right here, right out to the delta, throw it on a barge, go around the corner, bang, you're good to go.
Well, it's a lot different now.
Much different now.
A lot quieter.
Much quieter.
I kind of prefer it this way.
Yeah, me too. Can you imagine blasting caps and everything going off right now?
Wow.
It's a neat part. And since it was set aside, it was purchased in 1974, like I mentioned, with the bond measure. And since then, it's just been left as open space. And you can see that nature's slowly been reclaiming the quarries with all the plants and everything going on out here.
All right, we should get back to walking.
Sounds good.
All right, this way.
Let's go.
So this is the big quarry that you can see from town.
This is the big quarry where they did most of the mining. So you can definitely see this one from Ignatia Valley Road.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it too is kind of going back to nature, all the plants and everything growing up inside it.
Right. What you got there?
And this is what they were mining. This is some limestone. And you can see it's not a very good quality, kind of breaks apart there.
Oh, yeah.
And what they do is they'd actually harvest it, take it back and pound it into a powder. They'd heat it in a kiln, usually for about 4 days to change the chemical composition. And that's how you make the basics of making Portland cement.
So there's still plenty here.
There's still some here. When they actually shut down the operations in 1946, they determined that there wasn't a good enough quality or enough quality material left. And some people dispute whether or not that's true.
Okay. All right, well, I have learned a lot from you, Art. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to take this home with me. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, can't take anything from the open space.
All right, well, that's right.
Leave only footprints, take only pictures.
Spoken like a true ranger. All right, we're going to send this back to where it belonged. I'm off to see Ranger Dan Bylin over at Shell Ridge. Come on, let's go. Okay, dodging rattlesnakes today.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dan? How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for having me out here.
You're welcome, glad you're here.
Now, I liked the view from Lime Ridge, but I got to be honest with you, I think I like this one a little bit better because that's Mount Diablo right behind
Correct,
us, right?
yeah, it's a beautiful spot up here. You got Mount Diablo sitting off to the south, southeast. Look off to the west, you got Walnut Creek, Berkeley Hills, Oakland Hills. It's a great spot.
Now, we're almost at the top of Shell Ridge, which is the largest open space in Walnut Creek, right?
Correct, approximately almost 1,500 acres, like 1,475 acres. Highest point in Shell Ridge is a little over 900 feet, so you get some real pretty views from up top.
So what is the kind of the allure? Obviously it's the beauty, but you can do a lot of hiking here, right?
Yeah, it's a great recreational area. We provide trails for hiking, dirt roads for mountain biking, equestrian opportunities, lots of programs. We provide lots of programs. We do bird walks, flower walks, nature hikes, history walks, all that kind of stuff.
Right, now way down that hill is Borges Ranch.
Yeah, right down below us, Borges Ranch. It's our kind of our home center for Shell Ridge. It's a location where I get to live. I'm the on-site ranger. Ranch was started in 1899, and the family ran cattle out here in these hills until 1991.
And if you haven't been there, it's a really good place to bring the kids.
Yeah,
right?
Great place. Yeah, parents, grandparents, you know, they love bringing their grandkids or parents bringing their children. Tractors to sit on, lots of farm animals to look at, chickens, goats, sheep, all that kind of stuff.
Now, we talked about Mount Diablo. You can actually start here and make your way up there.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, if you start down at Borges Ranch, it's about a 9-mile hike. all the way up to the top, to the summit. And I've done it a few times, and it takes me all day, but it's a great hike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want to go that far, but maybe you could take me on a little tour?
Sure,
All
love
right.
to.
Which way? This way or this way?
We'll head down the hill.
Okay, sounds
Okay?
good.
All right.
You're a good tour guide.
Oh,
Dan.
thank you very much.
So we're looking at, that's downtown Walnut Creek.
Correct, yeah. Downtown Walnut Creek, and then Concord off to the east and north, and Highway 24 heading up towards the Oakland Hills.
It's funny when you're actually standing up here, you don't realize how close this actually is just to, oh, the action down there, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that we have, Shell Ridge alone is almost 1,500 acres, and it's right in people's backyards. And you can park at the end of streets. A lot of people walk out their backyards and down the street, and they're into open space where you have wonderful oak woodland communities and coyotes and snakes and raptors and all different kinds of birds and wildlife galore.
But it's nothing to really be afraid of.
No,
right?
no. The thing about folks coming out into kind of the wild areas, a lot of times people may not know a lot about snakes or mountain lions, so they have a fear that's really not necessary. You want to have a respect for our wildlife, but you don't need to have that fear. And the more you learn about them, the less you're going to fear them.
And how can people find out about them?
We offer a lot of programs. I myself do programs on rattlesnakes and all different kinds of snakes, frogs, reptiles. I do bird walks all the time, talk about raptors. I do a series of programs on getting to know your neighbors. We talk anything about raccoons that might be raiding your trash cans to coyotes that might be scaring you when you're hiking down the trail with your dog.
But it's good to know before you go, as
Correct.
they say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And a little bit of reading about a coyote, if you have a little bit of fear on them, and you read a little bit about them and you realize that it's nothing more than a wild dog.
Well, after talking to you, I feel better already.
Good.
All right. Onward.
Great. All
Okay,
right.
let's go this way.
Okay.
All right, Dan, it's getting hot out here.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up.
Thank you for the tour.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Good.
One more question for you.
Sure.
Why do they call it Shell Ridge?
Oh, Shell Ridge. At one time, this whole area was the bottom of an ocean. And over the years with plate tectonics, it's pushed all these little hills up. And if you walk around and look, you'll notice inside of all the rocks, there's a bunch of fossilized seashells. So there's seashells that used to lay at the bottom of the ocean and over the years been forced up in these rocks. And you can see different kinds of clams and seashells and a lot of the rock outcroppings in the area.
Well, there's one more reason to come out here then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm late. I gotta go see Bruce Weidman over at the Acalanes open space.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Great. All right.
All right,
Brendan,
made it.
how you doing? Ranger Bruce.
Hey, Ranger Bruce, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming up, walking up the hill.
I've been doing a lot of that today. It's all right.
Hey, get your windage going
It's
on.
true, yeah, I shouldn't complain. So this is Acalanes.
This is Acalanes Preserve, yep.
Where's that name come from?
Name comes from a contraction of the plural of the Acalanes Indians. So if you said it properly, it'd be Acalanes, and someone dropped the S, and it just turned into Acalanes.
It's an Americanism.
I think it is, yes, yeah.
Now, you really know your way around these parts, don't you?
I've been here 17 years, I better.
So you're not going to get lost anytime
No,
soon.
no, I'm not gonna get lost.
Now, Acalanes is one of the smaller open spaces in Walnut Creek, right?
It is, yes, just 180 acres west side of the town, and overlooks Walnut Creek Valley, but also you get out there to see the straits, the mothball fleet. You can see like Briones Park over there.
Plus, you're close to the action too. You're not too far from downtown, right?
No, yeah. If you had a bicycle, you'd be there in maybe 10 minutes. It's mostly downhill from here.
What's kind of there's a few ways in, right?
Yeah, there's probably about 5 entrances, all by foot,
Right.
or horseback, or once you get in here, you can ride bike on the fire roads.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say I don't recommend bicycles, but it's an adventure. It's a tough ride here on bicycles.
Okay.
Because this Acalanes is basically one hill, the spine of a hill, just kind of running north and south.
And it's steep in places.
It's steep, yeah. There's about a 500-foot gain from the entrance at Camino Verde to the top of this hill.
Now
And that's within less than a half mile.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's steep.
Now you know what you're talking about when it comes to some of the vegetation around here, right?
I do.
Can you give me a little tour?
Sure.
All right,
you
which
bet.
way?
Let's go this way.
All right, yes sir. Okay, we're here. Let's stop, have a chat.
We are here.
We are sort of near the top of the Acalanes open space, right?
We are pretty close to the top. Yeah. 200 feet short of the top, the summit.
Well, you can tell by the view.
Yeah, great spot. Yeah. West side of Walnut Creek, looking over the valley. Nice cityscape down there. They're looking up at this beautiful hillside.
The nice thing about this is that we are really right on top of kind of the downtown area of Walnut Creek, right?
More than a stone's throw, but yeah, we can easily see it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could walk from downtown Walnut Creek up here and back, you know,
could.
and make an afternoon out of it.
I'd rather walk downhill than uphill. Yeah.
So what else?
What else? Great spot for wildflowers. A lot of unique wildflowers that grow here, don't grow anywhere else. We've got a lot of water courses, intermittent streams, and a lot of little waterfalls. Great dark bay canyons with bays and ferns, all sorts of stuff down there.
All right, let's start walking again, man.
Okay.
Gotta get the blood pressure up.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Edible plants here, miner's lettuce, shepherd's purse,
Did they
peppergrass.
Did the miners eat this?
Yes, they ate the miner's lettuce. People call it Indian lettuce as well. They were here first. Really high in vitamin C. Some people even call it scurvy grass.
Really?
Yeah, you're out in a boat. Tomcat clover. Look at that. How pretty that is.
Yeah.
You can eat the thistles. You can dig up the roots and heat them, and the roots turn into sugar.
Really?
Kind of like sugar. Yeah,
Yeah,
like sugar
but not
cane.
exactly. Yeah.
Like sawdust, slightly sweetened, something like that.
All right,
Yeah.
onward.
Okay. Right.
A lot of oak trees through here.
Yeah, this is a great grove of oak trees. Valley oaks, one of the 3 different oak species we have here. Valley blue and coast live oaks. Nice healthy stand here too. Matter of fact, we can get these little acorn caps,
Uh-huh.
make a whistle. See if it works. Something like that.
I'm impressed.
Here we go. That's even better. 3rd time's the charm.
What?
Make little hats for your fingers, things like this, and little puppets. It's great.
Now, you're a born entertainer, I can tell this.
Well, rangers have to be.
Yeah?
We've got to fit into a lot of different age groups of the public.
Uh-huh.
The younger, the better for us. You know, we kind of like that.
We got to keep things interesting.
Oh yeah,
Now,
we really do.
Do you have classes? Do you have people come out here and learn things? Like, what kind of stuff do you do?
Try to connect people with the plants, how important they are. Little neat things. You teach them a little neat trick, like get a magic plant, like this one right down here.
Uh-huh.
We've got a magic plant that'll crawl right up your hand.
Uh-oh.
This is unbelievable. Right up your arm. So go ahead and put your arms together like this. Put them right together. Yeah. Now, And bend your arm down a little bit. Now wiggle your hands like this. There it goes.
Whoa! Oh, wow.
Isn't that great? Then you can place two of these opposite and they'll cross each other.
Really?
That's great, yeah. I call this my magic seed.
Man, you can come over and do
Foxtail,
my
yeah.
birthday party anytime.
Foxtail brome. Of course, this came from Europe, but it's here now and it's great for wildlife.
I'm impressed. That may have been the coolest thing I've seen today, and I've seen a lot of cool things today.
Right.
All right, onward.
All right, now we've got a couple more interesting plants coming up here. Wild buckwheat.
Okay.
Yeah, you can always tell buckwheats, or most buckwheats, because they have a very, very white underleaf. Big, beautiful mule ears. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gonna have a real big sunflower-like family flower. Over here is a nice usable soap root, right there. Getting this flower stalk, and yes, you can use it like soap.
How so?
You can, well, it's got a bulb in there. You crush up the bulb, squeeze it, and get a little ether out of it. It'll make a soap, it'll make a glue, and makes a fish poison, and it's edible.
Wow.
Yeah, how about
Impressed.
that? And then buttercups. When I was a kid back east, you could always tell if you were in love. You'd put a buttercup under your chin. If it shined, you were in love. How about that?
You gonna try it right now?
Well, that never shows up on me.
Oh, okay.
I like to put it on my hand. I'm always in love.
Good story. Yeah. I'm impressed. I'm learning a lot today. All right. Shall we go this way?
Pineapple weed. Or
Really?
they're trying to change the names. Instead of saying pineapple weed, it's going to be pineapple plant. It kind of raises up the stature of it.
Yeah.
But if you go ahead and take a look at this, we're going to go ahead and pick one. Blah. Looks like little pineapple heads.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah. And then give it a pinch and smell it. Pinch it real good and smell it. Smells like pineapple.
It does smell like pineapple.
Yeah, it does.
Weird.
Got this beautiful Fibonacci series arrangements of flowers. These spirals go this way and that way. If you look at the top of it.
They do.
Yeah. Little feathery leaves. Good for teas. You can eat it raw.
Now, how much do you actually come up here? Would you take this off and make tea with it?
Oh, I do for my programs.
Do you?
Yeah, for my plant walks.
How often do
It's
these
also
plant walks?
About 5 times a year, usually just in the spring.
Right.
When the plants are out.
Right.
People call this wild chamomile. Matter of fact, the
okay.
botanical people just elevated this to that genus, the chamomile genus.
Really cool.
Yeah. it's
I
great
would have just
stuff.
walked right by this
Yeah.
and not stopped to smell
And
it.
then you can put your the pepper grass on your plant. You eat these up. It's real peppery, mustard family. You got a salad out here is what you got.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. You can even eat the poppies, the petals.
All right. So this is the crest?
That's the crest.
Let's do
Well,
it.
no, that's the false crest. The real one's behind it.
Uh-oh.
But we can go up.
Should have told me that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that hill behind us,
Yep.
that's new.
That's our new acquisition. Muir Trust purchased that through donated funds. That knoll is about 50 feet higher than the Acalanes Ridge. So that gives us a little more headroom up there to look. Real 360 view, about 25 new acres. So that increases Acalanes to up over 200 acres now.
And it's a brand new place for you to
For me,
explore.
yeah, because even though that parcel was there unused for the 17 years I was here, I never crossed the fence because it was private property.
Good man.
Yep.
Scout's honor.
Scout's honor, you bet, yeah. I wanted to, but
Oh,
never
but-
did, yeah.
So if somebody's watching this and they're interested in coming out to any of these
Yeah.
places, how do they do that?
Get on the website, www.walnut-creek.org, and I'll follow the links to the recreation, to the open space, and find out what we're doing.
Bruce, thank you very much
Brendan?
for your time, sir.
Okay.
All right.
See you on the trails.
All right.
Okay.